Hello, 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 hello. Mrs. G, it's Saturday, February 21st. You're in the Star Room. We do astrology readings for anybody who is here. And I'll check in the chat in a second. You want a reading? Get your digits to me. You can throw that in the chat. You can send it to the email that I think is running across the bottom of the screen for you. For those that are here, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if it's all in working order. If you're in the chat and you don't want a reading, please type in the words pass. And if you do want a reading, I have to see your name in the chat because we do it in order, first come, first serve. And I go in the order in which your name appears in the chat. Got it? For those of you who have the ability, if you want a longer reading, because for everybody that shows up and gets a free reading, it's what I call a speed reading. But some folks want me to spend a little bit more time, and I'll do that. You gift the channel, and then I gift you back. All right, that's how it works. And I'm working with a little funky thing in my throat tonight, so bear with me. I have to pop in some soothing stuff. My throat felt, a little wonky, but then, of course, when you have to start talking, I'm like, oh, shit, I better grab a bag of these things here, these cough things. Otherwise, it's going to be a rough road. So with that said, we're clearing the space, did my magic stuff, my sacred sage, and now we got the cedar flowing, and I am ready. Who's here? Let's see what's going on, and then let's get to work. We end at 10 p.m., 2 hours. If your name is in the chat and if you send me digits via the email, and if it doesn't match the name in the chat and it causes a problem, a slowdown, I'm going to pass you up because it ends up slowing everything and everybody else down. It's not fair. All right. So if you are here, get your stuff together and don't waste time. And I'll try to do the same. Throat chakra. Yes. Actually, the COVID's in the household right now, just so you know. That doesn't help, right? But it's just, like any other damn cold type of thing right now. So with that said, we're going to find out what we got going on here. Stacy, hey, how the hell are you? And then we got, I don't know. What is that? Hujimo? Yeah. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Forgive me. Let me check my damn phone. It might be easier for me to read. Believe it or not. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Hujimo. Christy, what's going on, amiga? How the heck are you? Yes. Geez, I finally figured out what day it is. I know. It's been crazy. Life's been crazy, right? Lots of shit happening. Lots of stuff going super fast. For some folks, it ain't going fast enough. I understand that. By the way, and I didn't even mention this, and I don't have the link or anything because I was, making sure my mom was taken care of. The eclipse video is out, the next eclipse. It is up on the channel. If you haven't seen it when you're done here tonight, make sure you go check that out. And if you find it awesome, if you find it informative, sharing the videos out help a lot. You just hit that little share sign and share it with someone who doesn't know about what's going on or what could be going on and help them out too. So we've got Frank is here. Frank Elliott's here. I'm sorry. I'm stuck with Frank, right? Because that's the way Frank. It's the first time. Shannon Gilbert Cover Up is here. The digits are in for Shannon. She is not messing around. Hello, fellow Chicagoan. Hell yeah. When will the gang stalking end? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. That sounds horrible. All right, well, let me get to work. Oh, Stacy's working. Dang, Stacy, thank you. Stacy's got a list. Stacy's up first. Then Hujimo, and then Christy, then Franks, and I'm assuming then Shannon would be up next. Shannon's got her digits in. And that helps a whole bunch. Thank you. Yeah, Shannon, you're number 5. Awesome. Thank you, Stacy. That helps a lot. The Metatron cube, right? Did you see that shit? I know. When that occurs, right? It happens. The SHIT happens. Okay, so let me get this little banner thing running across the bottom gone. If I can get rid of that damn thing. Okay. So now we're going to start with Stacy. And let me go check my emails first, because if people have sent gifts, that tells me how long, a channel gift, that tells me how long I spent on their chart. So let me double check some things so that I know what I got to do so I can get the work done. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me get to. All right, Stacy, let's get you on here. I'm sitting here looking at Michael Jackson's chart. Oh, wait a minute. The computer's doing a whole bunch of shit. What's going on here? Okay. That was a lot of stuff I had to clear out. What the hell? All righty, Stacy, what am I looking at? What's your deal? I didn't see that you sent an email, so you, what am I looking at? I finally figured out. Sinister Days is here. Sinister Days, you're number 6. Thank you. Give people numbers. That helps. That is great. That works. So, Christy said she's passing. Christy's working on some stuff. That's awesome. Christy's watching the vertical floor mat, it tells me. Yeah, there's a vertical format. I know, and to see both of them, you have to go to the main channel page and then go under the subtitle of live streams, and then it gives you both options side by side. Otherwise, you're stuck with whatever YouTube presents to you, I think. So, yeah, Chris, Stacy, what am I checking out? I want to know if my finances are going to improve soon. Okay, let's check. Let's take that. Let's take a peek. You know, I don't know if I have you in the new system. Have I looked at your chart in the new system? Let's see here. Let's go take a peek to our Star Room file. We got Smyauser. We got Sinister Days. Ooh. Okay, so I got to use, just give me 1 second real quick. Yeah, the files have been really cut big time because I just had a lot of technical stuff. I had to switch out equipment, switch software. I had to do a whole bunch of crap. But in the meantime, it's kind of been helpful because I was holding on to a lot of charts of people who just, don't combine anymore. So it actually saves me a lot of time. But I still have the old system over here, so I'm pulling that up right now. So give me a second. We're going to get you up here. Stacy. Oh my God. I'm looking at this other system. There's so many charts. There's so many names, so many charts. It's crazy. Staying the M's for days. That was just me doing way too much, huh? Like, dude, really? Wow, the S's are pretty serious as well. There you go. I got you, Stacy. It was just a matter of finding you, which means I haven't looked at you in a while, huh? 6:06 p.m. Let's get that up in this new chart system for you. Yeah, I'm just double checking to make sure that's what I have. So that's what we're going to stick with, I think. The bebopping back and forth will, yeah. It's like a yo-yo. 1966. In Juneau? Alaska. All right, let's check this out. Sweet. Got you on the screen. Okay, so you're just going to have to bear with me on these charts, because these charts that you're seeing on the screen right now, yeah, no shit. The computer's telling me what's happening. I know that you're accessing my screen. I got it. Yeah, Stacy, you got a big old kite right there. Yeah, I simplified them, although I do have this screen on the screen. The screen on the screen shows you a really simplified version. And of course, I've got your crazy version. And when I say crazy, that's my crazy, where the chart is just loaded with a ton of shit. So let me see if I can. Let me get the now transits in there real quick for you. So money. All right, you just had your Saturn return, and that's come and gone. Now Saturn's at 0. Saturn has pulled ahead of Neptune, folks. It's in your 4th house of home and family. And let me look at this other chart I got. Okay, you don't have anything in Aries until 11. You do have Pluto going through your 3rd house of change. I'm sorry, Pluto change going through your 3rd house of neighbors. Yeah. Okay. All righty. We're doing the double thing here. Well, okay, so the North Node is going to go through here. And then you do have, okay, you already passed your North Node trining your Jupiter. Wow, we haven't seen, oh, that's where you've been. You had the North Node trining your natal Jupiter. Ah, ooh la la. Okay. Opportunities, deep bonds, deep connections to the past. Okay. Some deeply karmic connections, probably. Past life. Yeah. All right. So you're asking if your financial situation is going to improve. Well, you do have your great benefic is Jupiter. And this Jupiter is going to be doing a retrograde. And it will touch your sun. That's going to be a few months off. And because Jupiter is your greater benefic, that can be a beneficial time. It is in the house of shared values, insurance money. You see that with the sun? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get that sun to light up. What's the deal? There it is. So your sun lights up. Yeah, so that's a few months out, because we're almost into March already, believe it or not, guys. It's crazy, right? March, April, May. So if anything, that can help. And let me jump really quick ahead for you and take a peek. Oh. Okay. You know, I'm sorry. I was saying Jupiter. I apologize. The North Node is going to trine. My bad. North Node's going to trine your sun. So yeah, end of June, beginning of July, you might feel something. I would even dare to say, let me see when you get a little bit of a switcheroo going on. You do have a 2 degrees. Okay, so maybe that's going to be more like it for you. Again, this is just a possibility. It's a possibility. Now, there is Mars. It'll be going through your 6th house of work at that time. When Mars enters our 6th house of work, usually things amp up. We get busy. Our daily routines are super busy. So if you're working, or because it'll be Mars in Taurus. my money, my values, working for it. That's usually a really productive time. And the Mars will start trining your Uranus, your Pluto. I think I'm going to sneeze. Hold on a second. Okay, maybe. You know, as soon as you say you're not going to sneeze, you sneeze. So, yeah, this is June. Nodes will be at 2. They start talking to your sun. You're going to have Venus. Jupiter will be on your Mercury. Venus is going to be conjunct your Mercury. So if there's an opportunity for some beautiful maybe gift to come by, again, when people say, am I going to come into money? Are you playing the lottery? Are you working? Are you going to be working more? We have to have realistic avenues of income that are actually coming in on a regular basis. Are you starting a new business? Stuff like that. So Mars being in the 6th house can be an activator. Okay. Mars will activate your Uranus, which is new, and it's your Pluto, which brings about change. Because it's Mars, health can be a thing too. I know that that's a very sensitive spot for you, but it's a trine. Mars will be trining, but it trines your midheaven too. You see, Mars trining your midheaven. So for you, I would I would say that the first opportunity where something can happen that can be beneficial and maybe some finances improving, June. Looks to be around that time. And it may go into July because we're talking about the South Node, which isn't a fast mover. The middle of July, I believe, the South Node goes to 0 and then flips to, the other Leo and Aquarius. So you got to work within that timeline. Okay. I hope that works. I hope you find that beneficial for you. Yeah, because the nodes will be at 2. Yeah, you'll even have Uranus up in the sky in Gemini at that time. And so that means we'll have the North Node and the South Node getting a square from the Uranian energy in Gemini at 2 degrees. Now, remember, folks, the 2 degrees is money and finances, right? For some folks, especially those who work in the tech industry, this might be very disruptive for them. For those who work, who literally, like, that's their 9 to 5, that might be a little bit on the disruptive side for sure, which is what everybody's been predicting. It's not, astrology. You don't need astrology to tell you, like, they're planning on bringing AI big time online then, I think, especially, anyway. Okay, so we have a list. Let's thank you so much for that list too, by the way, Stacy. I know I said thank you, but thank you again. Who was number 2? All right, thank you, Stacy. I got it. I didn't even see that you put your digits in there. That was great. Yeah, 8th house got triggered. Yep, 8th house was getting triggered. Yep, because you got your sun there. So if there's anything that's going to improve or possibility for some improvement, yep, that'll be the time. Ooh, spicy Gemini. All right. Who was number 2? Where's that list? Here's the list. If I don't have your digits, I have to skip you. And the next person on that list is Who Jimmo. If I don't recognize you, and I don't, if you're here with a different name than you're normally here with, well, then I can't work that kind of magic. That is not a name. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have that name in my thing. I don't think I do, though. Okay, the Chicago one, I got your digits. I see what you sent. Okay, I see that. Very good. We're moving along. Okay, so the next one up, we got to go to. Christy said she's passing. E. Frank, I think you're next because I don't have digits for Who Jimmo. Yep, it's Frank. Frank is up. Let's get Frank's chart in here. Ooh, I might have an early night tonight, guys. You know me. I'm like, yay. Let's do it. Here comes your chart, Frank. Let's get this on the screen. There you go. All right, Frank sent me an email. Let me go check Frank's question real quick. Okay, sounds good. Just a nice little general overview for Frank. All right, let me find the chart. All right, we got to go to now. Okay, so let's see what's going on in Frank's life. Wow, Frank, you just had the North Node on your second house cusp line. I want to know, what the hell did that do for you? New values, something about your future, creative future, dreams about your future. Okay, so what's Frank going to have going on? Let me go see you on this other chart too, Frank. Since this other chart, I've got so many things. The reason these charts are modified like this is because of the new the astrology classes that we're doing. I know I didn't mention it, and I should have. The second Saturday of every month, we do an Astro 101 we're on. They're really good for anybody at all stages, though, because it covers, it's a mixed bag, but I definitely put a main focus on the basics. It's really the knowledge of yourself and your chart and who you are, which is priceless. So the second Saturday of every month, regardless of where you're at in astrology, you can pop in, send an email if you want to get in on that. And so we start off with a really basic chart, right? Yeah. Okay, Frank, so what's going on for you this week? So for whatever reason, the Pluto jumped right out in this chart, the transiting Pluto. Let me find your natal Pluto. Okay, your natal Pluto is up there with Uranus, which screams new bonds, insurance money possibly. That's your Virgo energy. Yeah, these people are like super smart. When people have Virgo in the 8th house, they are like the super detectives for real. They really are, because it's in the 8th house energy, and then you got Mars and Pluto there and Uranus. Yeah, these people can dive and dig forever. Technology, of course, but also the esoteric and the unusual, the different, the new. But something that's going to be unbelievably deeply meaningful would be probably pretty important for you. So why is that Pluto? We're going to take a look. And maybe it's not just about this week, but that Pluto sure did jump out. So let's move this up for a week and see. All right, so what's going to happen for you this week is you'll have Saturn, transiting Saturn up in the sky, connecting with your natal Saturn. It's like that semi-sextile, 30 degrees away energy. That's what you're going to have this week, and that's duties, responsibility, and work. Making money, because you have Saturn going through your second house, right? So with that Saturn there and that 1 degree, it talks about me working alone, me working solo, but something that's quite independent if you're not solo working. But it can be quite serious too. What I love about this, though, because I'm always saying I love Saturn in Aries, it really matures that Aries energy, which can be quite undisciplined and childlike. With Saturn going through Aries in your second house, it really takes a hold of your Aries energy, and it says, we're going to really start thinking long-term. We're going to really start thinking serious. My long-term material financial security. It gets real serious. Aries grows up at that time. Not to say that you're immature, but this is for all of us in general. But because it's connecting with your natal Saturn, this means that there can be a possibility that perhaps this coming week, because right now you see Saturn's like at 054, and you're kind of probably already feeling this. It's very close. And if you haven't felt it or gotten some kind of recognition yet, even over the last, even like maybe today, even because the moon in Taurus, it just entered, it would have had a nice sextile to your natal Saturn of long-term goals, duty, responsibility, finances. But for you, it's like a long-term artistic dream. Like, what is my fantasy, my job, Yeah, there's something there, and maybe it's your ideal about you being that wonderful, crafty, just magnetic, artistic human. But the the moon there means that it connecting with your Saturn, home, values, communication with family, possibly responsibilities, and work and your long-term goals. So I would say from now and in the next, I'm just going to move this Saturn along a little bit. Okay, so it goes from now till about Wednesday, Thursday of this week. Okay. And you'll even have some ideas because during this time, this timeline I'm giving you, you're also going to have the moon going over your node, your north node. And usually the north node in a person's chart, let me clear this away. This is our soul's goal kind of thing, right? Usually the north node is kind of hard to accomplish, especially if we don't have any planets sitting next to it. There's your north node. I was trying to get that damn thing to light up. So in the Gemini energy, you know what their north node is? Yours is at 23. We know what that means. Different, unique, technology, right? Creative is going to be wild on this, but writing, creative words, because it's in the 5th house of creativity, having a good time and fun. But communication is large. Gemini energy. It loves to learn. It loves to take in information, kind of regurgitate it and put it back out, maybe go into classes. But to 23° says I'm the boss as well. I'm the authority. I'm independent because you got a ton of independent energy in your chart. But it is asking you to focus, to pinpoint and focus Gemini energy at the 23°. And being in the 5th house, it's a creative focus, actually. Now it is social media. And yeah, it can be, focused on, we think of different jobs within social media, whether that's advertising, sales, talking, communications. But it's Mercury energy there too. So details comes up. So your north node in the 5th, it persistently nudges you towards joy and creativity and self-expression. It's as if your soul signed up for a lifetime where learning to shine from the heart is the big assignment, and to discover what it means to create, to play, and to embrace pleasure without guilt. But at the same time, we are trying to focus. There is a challenge to let go of the fear that personal joy is selfish or unimportant. The truth is, when you live with passion and authenticity, then you grow into who you were meant to be. Remember, with the Gemini energy, we are a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So this week, with the Saturn connecting to Saturn, there might be a little bit of a nudge for you to get serious about something, or someone even, to pinpoint and to stay focused. Like, that's the energy for these next couple of weeks anyway. Okay. Creative juices have been gushing. Cool. A lot of writing. Good. Good for you. Yep. Good for you. Well, it's in the house of creativity, man. And that 23° is really unique, and it's in Gemini. So the words, oh my God. Yeah. The words. Okay, so thank you, Stacy. That was great. She has a big old new list. Christy passed. Frank is done. C chart. Okay, so yeah, whoever this is, you're next. Number 5, you're up. And I think, let me see if somebody sent me some digits and didn't tell me who they were in the chat. Yeah, someone did send me digits in the email, but they didn't tell me what their oh, I see it right there. I got it. Okay. All right, let me get those in here. I don't think I've done this. I think this is a new chart for me. So let's get this on the screen. But let me get this chart made up first of all. I'm saying let's get it on. This is the Chicago address. Yes, the Chicago birth, I should say. Okay, great. And let's get... there's some serious stuff here. Yeah, that is some serious stuff you have written down about what's going on in your life. It does not sound good. And you're not the first person who's talked about this kind of energy lately. Just last week, I had somebody, and the week before that, somebody talking about some kind of stalker-ish. Actually, they used those exact words, gang stalked. They used those exact words. Like, what the hell? Let's see. God, in light of everything that's going on now, it's like, it's pretty freaky, isn't it? I mean, it's just like, what the hell? Is there any freaking decency left in this damn world? It's like, what the shit? Okay, let's get this chart going. There we go. All right, so I haven't seen your chart before. And let me, yeah. Okay. So you got your nodes at 9, your node in Scorpio at 9. That was like the first thing that jumped out. And then a south node at 9 in the 8th house. That's loaded all by itself. That's freaking loaded. You've got this double whammy of Taurus. Anybody who has those Virgo ascendants, they've got like what they call those flipped charts, right? So it's like a double whammy. You got Scorpio in the house of Taurus. You got Taurus in the house of Scorpio. So it's like an amplification of a lot of similar energies. All right. So let me go back to your question that you saw. Blah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm reading your email. But I didn't see a question in the email. So let me go check the chat real quick. Wasn't sure. I'm decent. I'm kind. Okay, you gave me some of your history. Yeah, those nodes. Holy shit. Just all by themselves, they tell a story. Yeah. Well, here's your chart. I've got you at a Virgo rising at 19 degrees. Pluto at 2 degrees in the 12th. Okay, Pluto's exalted in the 12th. Yeah. Some big stuff in your chart. So let me, 2157. Yeah, I got that. Do you know if this is your chart? I'm just asking for verification because I've never seen your chart before. I don't want to read a chart that's really not yours. Virgo rising, 19 degrees. You got a Capricorn moon and a sun in Capricorn. Look at that. 0 degrees. Whoa. That's big energy. You got big energy in a lot of ways. You got a Mars at a critical degree. Holy crap. You got a lot of big energy. What's up with you? Holy shit. You got your Venus conjunct your Chiron. Oh, that must not be fun. Oh, and the opposition to Uranus. Holy smokes. It's a retrograding Uranus. Well, the digital world and online and group energy. Yeah, Uranus at 11 degrees. Retrograding. Holy smokes is right. Dang. So your moon is in a strong quincunx. Oh, you probably have a finger of God in your chart because you only have one object missing to make that. But again, in this little chart that I have as an example where we have barely, oh, it's definitely your chart. Okay, yeah, it's pretty wild. Just these basic things are really wild. So did you have a question for me? Or don't forget we are between eclipses. Is that what you want me to look at, your eclipse stuff? She's like, yeah, this is definitely my chart. Yeah, it's definitely wild. I mean, even your freaking Neptune in Scorpio speaks of the past strong connections with feminine energy, bonded energy, fated energy, but also the public. Yeah. Big time. Big time. Scorpio on the 3rd house, cusp line of my mind. Yeah. And for everybody else, 8th house and Scorpio energy, talking to dead people, for sure. You got your South Node in the 8th house, your superpower. So these folks can get some, really. When will this end? Oh, you mean the experience that you wrote about? When will that end? So it's not ended yet. Shit's still going on. Is that what you're saying? All right, let me put the transits on this. Well, here's the thing. You see the ending? When that South Node hits that Pluto, you got a 2 degrees Pluto here. You see that? So there's going to be like a superpower, but because this is all in your 12th house, that's the house of dissolving energy. That is the house of completions and endings. And Pluto brings about a change. It's a permanent change with Pluto, and it's at the root level. So what I would say, just from looking at that, let me give you a timeline. I already said it tonight because we're going back and forth to the nodes all over the place. But here we are, the nodes. For you, May, end of May. So middle of May towards the end of May, you're going to feel it stronger. You might even feel it sooner just because your chart says you're going to be feeling, you feel shit sooner anyway. You're going to know. I know it's hard when you're the one going through it as opposed to knowing shit for other people. When this Pluto goes retrograde, you see this Pluto right here? This is in May. This is the beginning of May. This is like May 7th. You see the Pluto, right? Now go look. Pluto at 5 degrees. Now go look at the South Node in your 12th house. 5 degrees. You see that? So they'll have already connected before then, but it's when the Pluto retrograde begins, like the few days before. So we're talking, end of April going into June. Those first 7 days are super potent days because this South Node is going to touch your Pluto. And that Pluto has a direct line to the Pluto up in the sky. And you know what 5 degrees is? Yeah, those romantic partnerships, shocks and surprises, fun, children, joy, creativity. But that 5 degrees and it being in Pluto can be, of course, those who abuse power because it's in the 5th house. It's in the 5th house, and that's the house of taking a lot of risks. The other thing is Jupiter. You don't have Jupiter as your great benefic. Your benefic is Venus. So we would want to see how Venus is going to provide for you at this time. She already crossed over to that. Okay. You're going to have a Venus trine Venus at this time. You see this? Venus at 8, trining your natal Venus down here. So what I love is that there's multiple things because this Venus is even going to start communicating then your 2nd house cusp line, law, lawyers. It's going to start connecting to that Venus. I need water. Hold on. So as soon as the heat goes on and the air starts to blow, get right away. My throat. All right. So this Venus, can provide justice and harmony. Hopefully it does because it'll connect with what you value in your money and your income. It'll connect with fairness and equality and knowing that she is your greater benefic and then conjunct your midheaven. All while a nice trine with your natal Venus and Chiron. So this opportunity, hopefully, is the one you're looking for. Again, this is going to be the very end of April going into the first 7 days of May is when you should notice something. If you haven't already noticed anything by then, because honestly, we just ended like a huge karmic cycle with Saturn and Neptune together in your 7th house. You see this? You got these 2 in your 7th house. And on another time, I'll have to get another system chart, your chart on a different system to see. You probably have some objects here that aren't showing up in this chart. And that matters. That matters a lot. But you did have these 2, these 2 were talking to your Mars. You see that? Because they were in Pisces. They were talking to your natal Mars. And Mars at 29, you got to be careful with a Mars at 29 degrees in your chart. You always got to be careful. Because Mars is, it's in Scorpio too. That's the other thing. It's a strong Mars. It's in Scorpio. And I would be cautious with words and communication and people that you are considering like work partners, people you're pairing up with in some way. Yeah, I would just be cautious. So it would be beneficial for you to know the astrology so that you can navigate that, like just in your life in general, just to always be aware of that Mars energy because it's the talking and the communication. Yeah. Oh, so you already know it. Okay. Stands for the truth, black magic, the Long Island site. Okay. Cases, black magic, and in truth. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything about the Long Island stuff. Sorry. But oh, good. You see it. Okay, good. Well, then that should help. That should help a little bit. Yeah, like I said, we're using this system where we have not a whole lot drawn in for the basics, but just with your basic chart, without any of the other, fixed stars and without all the other crazy stuff I normally have on, like when I do the videos and stuff. Holy crap. Yeah. I can only imagine. Oh, you have a natal. That's your natal. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, 23 degrees. 23 in Pisces in your 7th house. You're going to have to be cautious always in partnerships, okay? Just plain Jane. 23 degrees is Aquarius, which is someone who's kind of like an authority figure, right? But there can be shocks and surprises. And if it's in Pisces, there can be, you just never really know. It can be very tricky, Pisces, right? I'm not seeing clearly. I'm deceptions. There's, some other ulterior motive. You just got to be cautious. When you have certain things in your chart, you just got to know they're there and you just got to navigate them damn things and be extra cautious. It's tricky stuff. Very tricky. But you have a chart where you have unbelievable psychic energy built in. So it's almost as though it's definitely a test for you to kind of use that energy to, I know there's strong discernment that we all have to develop, but yeah, it's almost as if you get another level of testing. Like, oh, life isn't enough. Here, we're just going to throw all these little extra tricks along the way for you. See how you like that. Let's see how you handle this curveball. Because, Lilith in the 7th. At 23, that would be some tricky stuff. All right, so that was number 5. Who's number 6? We're moving along. I know Stacy has a thing written for me, but I lost it already. Hey, Spicy Gemini. Glad you're here. I'm sorry, I'm not really sure who you are, but have you been here before? I don't know. If you haven't, that's okay. There we go. Stacy's got a list. Let me mark this damn thing so I find it. Okay. Sinister Days, you're up. Oh, Donna Marie's here. Look at that. What's going on, Sinister Days? What's going on, Donna Marie? Let's see. Sinister Days, I know we got you here because we've had your name in here before. Are you still here? Can you see anything on a new job? Oh, that was easy. Look at that. Sinister Days is like on the ball. That's That's helpful. Thank you. Let me get your chart in here, Sinister Days. Yeah, we got you in here. All right, we're going quick. Sinister Days. I think you were just here the week before. And I can't remember. Is that what I was looking at for you? Okay, so what do you got? Okay, you got Taurus at 3 in the moon. Okay, so that was the first thing that jumped out for me. Ooh, okay, so Chiron's going to touch your moon. Yeah, that's going to happen in 2026. So usually, let's see, 11 degrees. Ooh, wow. This Aquarius Uranus energy has been pretty darn strong tonight. Ooh, partnerships. You got Uranus at 27 and Scorpio with your Venus there. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember this chart. So yeah, it seems as though new and different and exciting and maybe getting bored easily, like for you, especially with partnerships, possibly professional partnerships, but can be personal. Yeah, you're like, can I get something new? Ooh. And you got this, lots of karmic energy, lots of soul history here. Holy shit. Alrighty. And this is your great benefic, Jupiter at 8. Nice. And you've always got a nice trine from that south node to your Jupiter because your Saturn's there too. All right. So now we'll go like this. I just wanted to get a little basic understanding. Okay. You see that tonight? Yeah. Moon on moon. I know, right? Money, finances, my new income. What's it going to be? What's happening? Look at that moon on moon. What does that mean? It means that the money, the finances, like it's important. It kind of satisfies your emotional needs. But you're asking about new. Well, you see this Uranus down here? This Uranus will touch your second house cusp line of money. Let me see what else you have going on as to that surprise that it's going to bring about. You've been going through a thing, though, because this Uranus has gone over this before. And then we're going to have Venus touching it. Let me see what that does for you. Yeah, it's a nice opposition. So whether it's a job or, some sort of possible, something new and exciting and different, and Venus is part of it. Venus is your money and your income. And, you have that. You see that across the way? Look at Venus and Uranus. You see that? Venus and Uranus. Yeah. So chances are, whatever this is, it brings about some sort of a surprise. It can have to do with money, but it can also have to do with love and desire, some new value that you have. I'm just trying to see your other stuff. Let me scoot over to this other one real quick. I know I have you in the solar system. Let me cheat. It's not really cheating, but I know you have more stuff here. There you go. I got you right here on the solar chart. I probably should put it on the screen, but then that's just too much I think I can share it, and then we'd have 2 charts on the screen. Yeah, that's too damn much. So I'm trying to see if you're going to have some support. Jupiter is your great benefic. So let me go see with a Jupiter. Yeah, I like this actually. You see how you got Jupiter at 17 here? So this is in April. This is in April when we have this Uranus opposition, Uranus. So maybe a new boss even. If it's not a new job, Uranus can be an authority figure, new friends even that bring you some sort of a benefit, or a new group energy, something that has to do with money and values and income, possibly banking, food, agriculture, all the Taurus stuff. But, it's sitting right there conjunct your second house. You got the Gemini energy, talking, speaking, social media, but technology might be a huge thing for you, since this is kind of like a big thing in your chart. But Jupiter also will be on your 4th house cusp line. So when Jupiter gets there, what Jupiter can do is increase our emotions. It is your benefic. So that's usually a benefit. Sometimes when Jupiter starts going through the 4th, we can increase family. Sometimes people get another home or another location that feels like home. They, possibly go visit home and family because it's Jupiter, airplanes going on through Cancer energy. So yeah, this April, there might be a little something here for you where you're just like, oh, interesting. And if it's recognition, if it's not a new boss, maybe, I don't know, is there a possibility you can get a promotion? But even though I think you asked about a new job, was that your question or just a... Yeah, new is Uranus energy. It is. And it's new money, right? Because it's connected with Venus. So I do like this for you. This Jupiter will also be at the opposition of your Mars. And Mars takes action professionally in your chart because your midheaven is like 18 degrees, just like your IC. So I actually like April for you. So you're going to have to come back and let me know, but I'm liking this possibility. Now I'm assuming you're actively out there looking and that you're letting people know you're available. Like that's how that works. Sometimes you wouldn't believe people. I don't know what they think. Tell me if I'm getting, well, if you're putting in the work, our charts require us to be actively involved in our lives. So if you're working at it, yeah, this can come through for you. Let me see what that Pluto real quick, and then we'll... Yeah, this Pluto, when it begins its retrograde, just like I told the other chart, when that retrograde begins, what will happen is that Pluto becomes stronger. And that matters because as it becomes stronger, you see, 5 degrees in air, 5 degrees in air. What do you have in air? Jupiter and Saturn. They're at 8, which means they're going to definitely be connecting with this Pluto. And it's in the 6th house of work. So honestly, yeah, I'll expect a report back on what the new job is and if you like it. Okay? That's how we're going to go with that one. There's just a lot of things connecting for you. And this is me looking at a really simple chart that's got like what? 6 things on it, 7 things on it, maybe 10. So holy shit, just with that, and there's that many things connecting. I like the possibilities for you. Better opportunities. Keep on looking. You've got some good things. So you have very supportive energy for new. You certainly do. Oh yeah. Taffy loves that blanket. I mean, loves it. And I knew she was going to claim it, and she does. She comes in and she sprawls out, and then she looks at me and she expects me to like give her deluxe massage. It's on my bed. And it absolutely, I keep it 3/4 of the way down because my feet tend to get cold overnight, and that puppy does the job. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Taffy frickin' loves it. I do too, don't get me wrong. It's great. Okay, so hey, Steffi G. Lou S is here. Woohoo. All right, so where are we? How would Saturn and Neptune and Aries in the 4th square my natal Cancer 8th house be? Oh, Stacy, I'm sorry. I didn't even see that question. I thought we were looking for... All right, we'll get there. Let me see if there was anybody else on your list. What does this list say? Oh, Donna Marie. Okay. All right. Well, then, Stacy, I can kind of go back to that question. Is Donna Marie still here? Donna Marie was here. She might have just been a saint as usual and stopping by and being kind and saying hello. She's a super supportive person. She's just, I don't know how she does it. She's able to just, yeah. She's got her one foot over there, one in the other door, one over there. I mean, that woman, She's got to be one of the hardest working people I know. I mean, seriously. She's got her own YouTube channel. She's got all this other stuff going on, and she's always on these other YouTube channels. And I'm like, how the hell does this woman do this? I mean, I guess if I wasn't constantly managing my mom during the day, because I'm always like, I wonder if I could do that. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like my hours are so consumed on. I mean, I spend so much time on the phone every day. It's insane. It's so crazy. Steffi is next. Thank you, because I am babbling. Okay, Donna is passing. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. Steffi is next. Steffi G, let me see if I got your chart here. Ooh, I don't know if I have you in the new system. That's what we're using tonight. Let me see. If I don't, I can transfer it, because that's kind of how I've been slowly doing this. I was hoping I could just do it. You would think it would be a simple system to transfer to the other system. There's probably a simpler way. I think I can. Well, I don't know. I'm just going to stop lying. Let me go find Steffi G's chart. No, I don't have you in this system. All right, let's create your chart right now. Okay, Steffi G. Yes. Well, you know, I have had some very, very awesome, supportive people on the channel. People who don't get to necessarily watch all the time or be here in the live streams, who have been very generous. And so now, and not only are we using new equipment tonight, well, we have been for a couple weeks, maybe longer. I don't freaking know. I can't keep track anymore. And I have a lot of old videos that you guys are still watching videos on, like the eclipse video I just put up that was all recorded on the old equipment. But now the new equipment, and then like additional gifts to the channel, like I have a detached keyboard. So now we're not going to be shaking the goddamn screen the whole time when I put your shit in. And the real goal for that, though, was to save, like, after every live stream, when I would be like this, the next day, it was a migraine after every live stream. After every goddamn live stream, I would be just knocked out the next day with a migraine. And it would be because of my positioning and putting in charts. But this way, I can just put my digits in like a normal person, because the keyboard's down here. It's down low. And that will salvage... That'll save my neck and my shoulders. And anyway, I know I'm babbling, but I'm just explaining some stuff and how grateful I am for the really generous people on the channel who have gifted for new equipment, which is also a benefit for you guys, because now you get to watch videos and a live stream and the shit looks clear. It's, you know, it looks good. It sounds good. And yeah, so it's a win-win. It's a gift for everybody. Okay, so you're coming, Steffi. I promise. It's right here. I just had to get this dang thing in here. Steffi, what am I looking at? Like, what's your question? What am I focused on? You usually tell me to just kind of tell you what's going on in your life right now. Date. Okay. Alrighty. Okie dokie. We're almost there. I'm punching in Pittsburgh. You know what? Did anybody see I love this Christmas movie, The Green Book. It really is one of my favorite Christmas movies. And remember when they're driving? Well, actually, they're not driving. They're in the restaurant, I think. They're in the little coffee shop. It's like one of their first shared meals together. They had to stop, pull over and stop off at a diner somewhere to get something to eat because they're driving, road trip. And then the two main characters are talking. And somebody's saying the next stop is Pittsburgh, and you know what he says, right? And then he tells his joke. But that's what popped in my brain right then. Like, really? Like, yeah. Did anybody see that? I really love that movie. Eclipses. Okay. Almost home. You're almost home. Yes, Stacy, I will get to that after. We'll have time. I flew through that first part of the night, which is great. And that means we still got almost 1 hour left. So if you haven't had your chart looked at, you can get your digits in. Yep. Get your digits in, send me an email, put your digits into the chat. We could take a look. If you want me to take a deeper dive, then you send a channel gift, okay? Otherwise, I'm just doing quick readings for people. But then, you know. And some weeks it's just busy with people who spend money, and other weeks we just do freebies all night. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Next week is the private lives. It's the same thing we're doing tonight, but you have to get in if you want to. Actually, next week's private lives is filled. We do it once a month. It's the last Saturday of every month. If you haven't had a chance to be a part of the private lives, they are very, very small. It's a small, intimate group. It's done that way purposely. It's limited seats. Send me an email. I'll let you know the details. And if you're still interested in the Astro 101, the astrology class, you can get in on that as well. That's the second Saturday of every month. Those classes are recorded so that you can watch them whenever you want for the longevity of learning and refreshing. There we go. Look at that. Stuffy G's chart. Wow. That little cough droppy thing, that seemed to have helped. That's all right. I'm sleeping with an onion tonight. With a cut open raw onion right next to me. I did it last night. It was so lovely. I mean, obviously the smell's not lovely. I got to breathe through my nose all night long. And I'm like, hell yeah, this is my new shit. For sure. I any day, I don't mind it. I'm like, I will do this. Okay, so let's take a peek and let's see what's going on for the eclipses for Steffi. Let me see if we can get that off the screen. And Lou, see if she does them personalized. I mean, I don't know. I mean, shit's awesome. It's unique, one of a kind, freaking awesome. I can only imagine how long it takes to make that, though. That's the problem. Problem with anything artistic, people never want to pay for the amount of hours it takes to make stuff. And the labor of love. Oh. Okay, so Steffi says, let's go take a look at the eclipse for her. Okay, so we're having an eclipse in Virgo. The March eclipse. And Steffi's concerned about the eclipse. So let's take a peek at your Virgo energy. We're going to look at your Virgo and your Pisces. So it's at 12 degrees. And let me go look at this other chart real quick because you got nothing in here. Okay, in the other chart system, you got Humea in Virgo. All right, you have two objects. You have Humea and you have Hygeia. You got Hygeia at 10 degrees in Virgo, even though you don't see it here. And then you have Humea at 14 degrees. So you do have some objects here. Now, let me back up. I don't know where I went. Oh, I see, I didn't have it on days. Okay, let's back it up. That's why I had it on the week. Is that right? You think I would know this shit, right? Yeah. March 3rd. It just seems like, I don't know. That just seems so damn close. Right? Okay, so technically the eclipse will be happening, like I said, at 12 degrees. You see the moon's there. So it's a full moon, the eclipse that's coming up, right? It's a lunar eclipse, and it'll be at 12. So let's move where the sun goes back to 12. Yeah, there's the sun at 12. So as far as Pisces, you have Hermes at 18. That can be tricky. Hermes. No, actually, is that Hermes or Pan? Hold on. Oh, it's Pan that you have. Okay. So the difference with that is that it's Pan and Pisces in your chart, and that definitely can be deceptive for you. Okay. Which means it can be confusing. Your Pan is at 18 degrees of Pisces. All right. So let's go back up top, 14 and 10 degrees. So the eclipse will affect you. This would have started already because it sits directly between your Humea and your Hygeia. So the Hygeia talks about the health of something. It may be the health of your job, your health routines. It's deeply bonded energy. This can have to do with insurance money, even possibly, because it's in the 8th house of other people's money and insurances, right? So possibly, the job that you work for, I think you're working in, like for hospitals and stuff, right? And a lot of people get paid through insurances and shit like that covers their care. So there might be a connection there, but ultimately, this is about wounds from the past. This is about a healing. But because it's in Virgo, we can, it rationalizes it. It can kind of see, it can kind of connect the dots, and it can see where the trauma and the wounds are. And having it trigger that Humea, this is bonded energy, okay? So it is also possible that this can be an authority figure. This can be a boss energy. And which means that for a female, if they're married, this can be spouse energy as well. Let's see. So the eclipse is a release and ending and a let go. And maybe you're changing insurance companies, maybe you're changing providers. Maybe you're changing some sort of a routine because it's that Virgo stuff. And remember, it's in shared energy, the 8th house. Now, the Humea piece of it, her energy, she's like that Hawaiian goddess energy. Yeah, I'm clicking on her, and of course, she's not telling me a damn thing. Here she goes. Yeah, the Hawaiian goddess of fertility. Right. So it talks about a rebirth energy. It talks about the ability, because it's kind of like, the goddess of fertility and childbirth. And so it's the unity of opposites, seeking the larger order in randomness. It's a drive towards ultimate peace and harmony, feminine healing and creative energy. So what I love for you is that it's connected very strongly with the health report card. So being connected to that, you have the ability to look at it, to be aware of it, to see it realistically, like logically, and to know what changes need to be made because it's Virgo and it gives us choices and options, and that's going to be important. So let me go check out the Mercury for you, 17 degrees, because your Mercury is going to rule that. So this can have to do with communications and coworkers, siblings. It's connecting directly to your 3rd house. which is another strong Mercury area. You see, so on this chart, this third house here, your Mercury, your natal Mercury, yeah, it's all involved in the Virgo energy up there in your eighth. So communications about wounds, communications about traumas in the past. Remember, healing is the whole point of the eighth house. So it may bring up some stuff from the past, okay? Because it's the South Node. It's the wounds. It's releases and endings. But it also brings that superpower energy to it. You follow? The superpower energy is connected. But you see the node will be at, 8 degrees, which really puts a lot of emphasis on change and transformation. But it's not just change and transformation, it's transcending. Like we change and we end up on a higher level on that spiral. And 14 degrees, your Humea is at 14, so that is a Taurus degree. That is money and values and love. It can be all of the things I've mentioned. It doesn't have to be one of those things. It can be a mixed bag. But I'm thinking you're already experiencing, you're already in this energy because you have not one but two objects, right? You have two objects. One of them is here, 10 degrees. The other one is here at 14. The eclipse happens right here in the middle. So you've already been going through this. This would probably be part of the change that you already did. The psych ward. That's the eighth house. You already made a change, right? You got your butt out of there, right? So that's a great example of how the eclipse already took effect in your life. Make sense? Is Stacy still here? Stacy, where are you at? Are you there, Stacy? Did she say she was on her way home? Been working a lot. Yeah. Christy says, throw me on the list. She's like, throw me on the list. We got time, damn it. Oh, yeah. So it makes perfect sense. You're already living through it. You got yourself out of, whatever you called it. But the thing is, too, is just remember about the coworker stuff, right? Yeah, the reason that's a big deal in your chart, because it already affects the deep bonds. It's not just the psychology and all that, and the psycho ward or whatever. It's Mercury at 17. You know what degree that is? That's the Leo degree, right? Yeah. But for you, it's conjunct your Venus, which is a retrograding Venus. So anyway, communication and talking. And that's only reason I'm mentioning this is because this was a thing for you a year before. This was a concern. This was stuff that was coming up then. And we just don't want like an identical repeat. We want things to have kind of matured and moved on. You follow? I know you know what I'm talking about. All right. So, hold on. I need another tissue. I think we're going back to Stacy again. Stacy had a question about, let's get Stacy's chart up here real quick. There it is. Let's get that on the screen. Say click. So the lunar eclipse, Lou, I'm just seeing Lou's comment. Lunar eclipse is conjunct my natal sun and moon for this Virgo. Release of the old. Yeah. Yeah, if you're used to change, switching up the schedule, because it's my daily routines, right? A lot of the health, every single person I've done readings for, seriously, with the South Node in Virgo, depending upon where it was, but for most folks, the first thing they start talking about are the major changes they've made with their health. It was just things that they instinctively just went ahead and did. It wasn't like, oh man, I'm on this diet and I'm having such a hard. It was nothing like that. They like changed everything about their life, like with the bare basics, like totally old school from the ground up, holistic. Everybody I've talked to has done that. And so they were always like, yeah, this makes sense. So whether it's your own health, the health of pets, the health of the household, depending upon what house that's in. So for Lou, whatever house those objects are in, I think those are in your second house. So that it will affect your values. And obviously your habits and routines will have to align with your values. And maybe that's what that is, a realignment, a readjusting of the values. Not readjusting the values so much is readjusting my routines based upon my values and possibly new values. And holy shit. Woo, lots happened the year of 2025. Lots of change, right? Especially when the nodes were at 9 degrees. Lots of beliefs were altered. Absolutely. Every day, I can't fucking believe we're living through this. Every day. It's like, holy shit. All right. So, Stacy, your question had to do with having an object. Yeah, you were talking about Saturn and Neptune being together at 0. And I think you mentioned what happens when they square. I mean, you have them trining your 9th house cusp line. You see, you have a 2 degrees 9th house cusp line in fire. So that's nice. But let me go read your thing again. Maybe you weren't asking about your own chart. It's a real good possibility. Let's see. Where the hell did her question? Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, there it is. There's her natal sun. It's cardinal energy. Well, let me explain something to you. I know that just sounded horrible. Here, let me do this. This will clarify things. Tell me the minutes on your sun. You have a 0 degree sun with 13 minutes. You see that? Okay, now I'm going to show you the transits. Neptune had already squared your sun. It had been squaring your sun over the last 2 months. And then Saturn joined it. But Saturn and Neptune are both already pulling away. Saturn's at 0 degrees and 56. You see that? So what would it have done? Because this was the past now we're talking about. And it's the 8th house and it's Cancer energy. The past. Yes. So there might have been some dreamy kind of stuff when Neptune was just squaring your sun, the deep bonds, but Neptune would have asked you to see through and to see the clarity of things with those deeply bonded energy, because this Neptune, at the opposition of Libra, of partnership energy. You follow? But it squares your sun. And so your sun connecting strongly with people that you're energetically already connected to, people you have history with, and deep bonds, deep karmic soul bonds are here in your 8th house. And guess what? You see the Jupiter, which tells you that if there were people that were the romantic kind, because it's Jupiter, for females, typically Jupiter would represent somebody that they would typically marry. This probably would have played a part in this. It probably would have been a thing, especially since, a while back you had Jupiter on your Jupiter, right? So you had a Jupiter return. So this was you kind of living out that experience. And then the Neptune came along and hit that sun. And sometimes the illusions and the delusions are so strong that the rose-colored glasses literally like fall off or get knocked off. That can be a thing because Neptune brings on a very dreamy perspective. So it doesn't mean that it has to be false. It doesn't mean that the tight bonds aren't real. It just means there's a lot of history here. The question is it right for you in this lifetime, right now? Or are you done? Have you severed it? You know, that kind of thing. Because this is what this was supposed to be, a severing of bonds of the past energy and a real completion because you had Saturn conjunct Saturn and Neptune conjunct your Saturn. So it was a release and a let go. That was kind of the cycle you were in. Okay. And so anytime Saturn and Neptune square your sun, you may have felt some tension. You may have felt a depletion of your energy, a depletion of your individuality and your own light, because that's what the sun is. All right. So if you felt like maybe, because sometimes, especially females, can feel like they lost themselves, not that they didn't know where the hell they were, but sometimes females, um, we have this strong nurturing energy. We just do, and we sacrifice. It's like this inborn thing, especially a sun in Cancer energy. So for certain individuals, from certain people, maybe that happens at times for you. Maybe it did happen, right? And it, you have a lot of other strong, very independent energy. So however it happened for you in your life, maybe that woke you up. If you weren't seeing things clearly, maybe that was enough to be like, hey, what the hell? Like, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I'm not even paying attention to like my own things and what I need. And maybe that's how it came across for you. But again, this was kind of in the past now. These are walking away. They're walking away, and they're not gonna mess with your sun anymore. Okay. But duties, responsibilities, long-term commitments and relationships, and those deeply bonded energies. I hope that helps. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, that's okay. You do what you gotta do and you move on and you end it. And that's what the 8th house is about, right? It's the connections and the trauma, the history, and then, yeah, moving on and healing. Processing, moving on, healing, and learning, you know? But the Neptune is about our vision. Well, good for you. Good for you. Hibernating and regenerate, amiga, for sure. Okay, so next on the list is, I want to say, I think it's Christy. I could be wrong. Whoa, Christy's telling us that she made 10 quilts in the past 4 months. Wow. What does that mean? Applique quilt? I should just mind my own business. Yeah, it's awesome. I would have grabbed it, but Taffy was laying on it when I started, and I thought, I'm not going to disturb her. I'm going to let her sit. Yeah, I'm not in my room, so there's only one place for me to put it where you guys can see it, and I had to put it like over there. And anyway, all right. So is Christy up next? Christy, okay, great. Christy, what am I looking at? Complete cutoff, no warning. From you? Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Especially if you found out about that's the problem. Maybe problem is the wrong word, but that is the Neptune stuff. Yeah. Substances is Neptune for sure. So we always just gotta kind of like, we always gotta remember, let's just see where this takes me. Keep it very tentative. until a person has proved themselves to stand the test of time. And I know that's easy to say. And it's a lot harder to do when you're in it. I know. But yeah, the emotionally abusive shit. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, Christy, what are we looking at? Is Christy still here? Let me find her chart. I don't even think she's on here. Well, while I'm digging that up, did I tell you all earlier I was looking at Michael Jackson's chart? Let me see if I can get Christy on here. Okay, let me go find you in the system. All right, maybe I have you in this new one. I don't think I do, though. Let me check. I mean, I might, but I don't think I've read for you in a long time. No, I haven't. Might be time for another thing. All right, let's get this chart in here. Okay, 9:27. We're on the roll here. Let's get Christy with a K up in here. Oh, give me a second. I had so many names in this other system. I look at it now and I'm like, God, I'm nuts. What the hell was I thinking? Come on. Thank you. Okay. All righty. Okay. Sweet. Okie dokie. All righty. Huntington. Let's see if I spelled that right. Huntington. Yeah. Oh, we actually had hold on, this software. It's funny because it actually has the Huntington St. Mary. Okay. Oh, I didn't spell that right. 3 I's. West Virginia. Now they're going to tell me it doesn't exist. Really? I mean, it exists in your software on the other chart, you son of a bees, and it's coming up with the wrong stuff. So we're going to have to kind of play around with this. Let me get some of these things off the screen. Let me, let's get this on here. All right, we're going to have to edit this real quick because it's giving me the wrong chart. What is it? 22nd, 1974, 1:48 p.m. Huntington St. Mary, West Virginia, 3882. Oh, it's got the coordinates wrong. Okay, let me do this and see if this works. All righty, we got you. It took a minute, but we did it. What was Christy's question? Did she have a question? Christy, can y'all see me? Yep, we see you. I know, right? Right? if I have to hear another thing about women being treated in any kind of way other than awesome, I just want to stick my foot where the sun don't shine. I've just had enough. Okay, so she might be painting. She's here. Did Christy tell us what we're looking at, though? That's my question. Oh, well, Christy, you want to come on the screen? You got the option. You sent a gift to the channel, so it's your time, girl. Maybe that's what she wanted. Let me get this off of here and let me get the link for her. Here, Christy, here's the link. If this is, what the hell? Hold on a second. Why am I having such difficulty here? Here we go. There you go. There's the linky link. There you go. Sorry, my brain a little slow. I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened. I'm here. We're good. I sent Christy the link. Here she is. She's coming on. Let me get this damn ticker off the bottom of the screen here real quick. Let's see if Christy's in the green room. I think it says she is. Let's see. Hello, hello. Are you there, Christy? Hello? I'm not hearing anything. Hello, hello, hello. Christy, it says that's you. Doesn't say that your microphone's off, but I don't. All right, well, let's get her chart on here, and then when she gets in here, sometimes it's a little wonky working through all the tech crap. Can I get the link? Uh-oh. Device not connected. Okay, she's working on it. She said I can't get through. Really? Well, give it another try and let's see what happens. She's in the green room screaming, "Mother of Jesus." Hello, hello. Oh, must be your internet. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, with StreamYard, I'm doing good tonight. We're not getting any crap about low anything. We got it all. But yeah, on streaming, if you don't have a strong enough connection, it might not work. I'm so sorry. Dang, Christy. Let's see if she attached a question with this. Oh, I hear her. Woohoo. Yay. Are you there?
God, I hate this thing. Are you there?
We got you.
God, dog.
She's in the back having a fit. She's throwing shit at the wall. She's got paint everywhere.
Yeah. 2 fits in a bad spell. Oh my God.
How the hell are you?
I am all right.
That's good. You sound good. How do you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Oh my God, you must be so happy. This has been like a year, over a
Yes.
year, right? Working on this shit
Yes. It has
and getting
been,
your surgery, and they told you couldn't have surgery, and then finally you're like, I'm gonna find a doctor that's gonna give me surgery.
and I found it, and now it's
Which is
good.
amazing considering where you live. Did you have to go far to get the surgery?
No, just an hour away, Charleston.
Not bad at all. I mean,
No.
seriously. It's not like you had to go to a different state or something. Holy shit.
Yeah. Just right down the road.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad for you. Wow.
And I'm off of 2 blood pressure medications and just
Nice.
so that's
That's
good.
good news.
Yep.
Woohoo. So do you feel a little bit more normal now as opposed to before you just felt like because the thyroid like wasn't shutting off?
Oh, I'm tired. Before I was tired because I was running constantly.
Right,
Now I'm
right.
just tired to be tired. I guess. I don't
Well,
know.
you gotta recuperate, girl. That's what happens after surgery. You have to rest
Yeah,
and recuperate.
but
But it's
I'm
really
not
been the
by
stress of the whole last year, not just the
right.
surgery.
Yeah, but my
Of
eyes
living with
going down. So my evil eye's going down,
Oh, you must be so happy about that.
but it ain't going down fast enough.
But if you ice it, if you ice oh no, they took this out, the eye. You know what might work?
Right.
Um, so everything's like there's there was nothing here. It was here, right? There was no incisions here. There was nothing done with the
No.
eyes. It was here. So what you might want to do, not that I'm not a doctor, folks. I'm not a medical any damn thing, but I'm big on the holistic stuff.
Hmm.
And lately, I know it was the Neptune conjunct Saturn stuff. It always, at that degree anyway, for me, it brings across a lot of the ancient methods.
Hmm.
And so, in like, I don't know what the hell it's called, but there's like these points we have right here. It's like at the halfway point between our eye, right there. So
Uh-huh.
there's a point right above here on the eyebrow, and then
Yeah.
there's a point right below the eye there.
Yeah.
And usually, if you touch those points, if they're super sensitive, you might want to massage that spot. I know it seems like really seriously. Yeah, I would do it. If I were you, I would do it in the morning when I get up, and I would do it in the evening when I go to bed. And I would do it until your eye is down to where it needs to be. 'Cause
I
what it does is it
was-
increases the blood flow to that area, and it
uh-huh.
promotes healing.
See, I got a lid lag and a lid lapse. So I've got a big eye and a little eye.
Right, right.
Okay. A
You're trying to
capital
get them
eye.
balanced.
Yeah.
You can do it on both sides, but you would know by touching that area, and it's nothing you're not putting anything in it, all you're doing is touching your own shit, okay? There's
What?
nothing right?
Yeah. Well, what I have found was the massaging the whole eye, top of the eye, like the lid,
Yeah,
because the lid lapse means there's a Charlie horse in it. So my camera is stuck open.
gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got an electric toothbrush. And
Okay.
if I flip it around, no,
Oh,
not bristle side, but the
right,
other side, and
right.
put it on polish, I can do that and it will last maybe 15, 20 minutes where I got a
So it
normal eye.
massages it for you.
Yep. And
Nice.
I do that. I do that like when I'm watching TV
Yeah,
or
yeah,
first
yeah,
thing
the
in the
most mundane
morning.
shit. Exactly.
Yep. So
Oh,
it
so you're already
and
doing it.
you can I can rub it now
Mhm.
and it'll go back to normal. I've got to work out that Charlie horse.
Okay.
That's what that
Okay.
is. And the
Nice.
thyroid, once I get the thyroid level, once I get that thyroid level, it's all supposed to level out within the next 6 months.
Okay, good. Good, good,
So,
good. Well, this one lady, I actually bought her book like a year ago or something. And she was saying a lot of folks have a great success for who had an overactive thyroid by icing the area. You have to be super diligent with it, of course.
oh, I got an ice eye patch.
Okay. Okay. Well, you got all the tools. Yeah, I know you like for shit to happen fast. And that with this homeopathy kind of stuff and hands-on, that shit's not fast. It just requires a lot of persistent work.
Right. And then there's
And you gotta have patience with it.
And there's vitamins and minerals that I've been taking
Oh,
that's
good for you.
supposed to
Well, that sounds
work
like you're already
too.
doing everything you can be doing.
Other than wearing an eye patch and start drinking rum. I mean, I'm wearing the eye patch.
I'm gonna
I
send
just
her
got
a
to start
parrot
drinking rum.
and a peg leg.
Mhm.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better.
But my question today
Yeah, let's get to it.
is the Saturn Neptune conjunction.
Okay.
Now, and I got another question before you start that
Funny
thing.
because Neptune would be the eyes. Yeah.
Before you and this is like, how long has this like never happened, the Saturn Neptune thing, or what's the
Uh,
one that
this is pretty. This this is pretty rare at this location. At this location, the last time Neptune was never in Aries at 0 degree. Well, Neptune would have been the last time Neptune would have been at 0 degrees in Aries. When the hell was that? A long ass time ago.
okay. So I
I
wasn't
know,
around.
but Saturn moves fast. So Saturn's been here at 0 many
Mhm,
times,
mhm.
but not conjunct Neptune.
And aren't we supposed to be getting like a bunch of like weird weird ass conjunctions and all these things like in 2026 that's like hasn't happened in like 200 years and stuff like that
Yeah,
this year?
this is a very this year is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. It is especially from now till June and July. I mean, and after June and July will be big too, but so according to this 1703, I don't know if that's accurate. That was AI's quick answer, so you take that with a grain of salt. Um, but yeah, it's big. It's huge. You're gonna, in general, we're gonna have when the nodes make their move, it'll be a big deal because
Uh-huh.
they're gonna be switching. They're gonna be leaving Virgo and Pisces, and they're gonna be going into Aquarius and Aries. Now, while we're busy talking about just general shit, you're gonna have this North Node right now. I don't know if you can see your chart. The
I
sun
can
right now, as we're talking, is on your 4th house cusp line. Emotions, feelings, family. It's Pisces energy. Pisces is really creative, but it can also be vision, right? We're talking about your eye.
uh-huh.
And the node is going to go backwards because it's sitting here at 8, and it is going to touch that 4th house cusp line of yours.
It better not make the other one bigger, I'm telling you that.
Um, no, it doesn't
Or at
mean
least
that.
match.
No, when that node gets to the 4th house, your 4th house is at 3 degrees, talking, communication. This is the first time that you have shown up here and have been able to get on and talk. In how long?
Months.
It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been before your surgery.
Yeah.
So you're talking, you're communicating, just because it's 3 degrees, which is social media,
Mm-hmm.
which is thinking and writing. So I don't know if it's creative energy, bottom line, because it's Pisces. So I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, you said you've been painting. That's Pisces. Images, imagery, landscape. Like, that's Pisces.
Yeah.
Pisces is the painter. It's also the drinker. It likes substances. It needs an escape. So when the North Node gets to that part, like, let me ask you this. What about yesterday? Was there anything significant about yesterday for you? For you
No.
personally? With emotions and mom and home and family?
No. I didn't even talk to my mom yesterday. Nope.
Well,
Nothing.
well, sometimes Pisces can, yeah, make shit disappear. It can be like I'm in seclusion. That's Pisces, right? I'm isolated. I'm hibernating, some people call it. So maybe when the North Node gets down there, let me go see what else will be where for you at the time. Okay, we're going to do the 4 degrees. It's getting close to your 4th house cusp line. It'll be at 4 degrees. Ooh, it'll be an interesting time because Venus will be at 3 degrees. I mean, this will be for all of us, but it's important for you because money, values, income.
That's what we like.
I know you do. That's why I'm saying it.
I
In the
know.
house of other people's money and values, Insurance money, inheritances, right? That's Venus going through there. And it's trining the North Node, and that North Node is sitting on your home and family, your fourth house cusp line. Now, remember, we've talked about the ancestral stuff is huge for you. So that's a big part of this too. And third house is communications, because the node's going to go there, and it'll, again, at the 3-degree, sometimes you feel really drawn, whether you're connecting with the other side, whether you're connecting with ancestors, whether you're connecting, I don't know, you do a lot of creating. So I would imagine when you're creating, like, a lot of shit comes through. No?
Yeah.
It puts you in that meditative space. That's what using the other side of that brain does, the imagination, right?
Mhm.
So you might get some information. and it might be kind of fascinating because it's connecting to the 8th house and all that deep ancestral stuff that you have, but possibly wounds. But remember, Scorpio and Pisces energy can bring about an understanding, a healing and an understanding and a release. So having that North Node there, it'll very shortly be then going into your 3rd house. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, this is a big deal actually at this time, because it's opposing your Mercury, your midheavens up there. I forgot about your Mercury. So what I like about this is this superpower energy, having the North Node at your midheaven with your job. And remember, 3 degrees is talking and communication, but maybe learning something new, maybe learning something new about the history, but maybe something new at the job, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, this can be coworkers, neighbors, siblings, peers. That's all that Mercury stuff. Big time communicator. And the node will be right there. I think I have to sneeze. Hold on.
Bless your face.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. So you're also going to have your 7th house lit up with Uranus now in Gemini. Now, let me look at this other chart real quick. Okay, so on your other chart, you don't really have anything but your South Node there. But see, Mercury's getting close to your South Node at this time. You see this? So your South Node in Gemini, business partnerships. I know that's a big deal for you. You're always thinking of a new angle.
You know it.
Lots of ideas, communications, maybe something on social media. But again, siblings can come up because it's Mercury. But when you have Mercury conjunct your South Node, which you're going to have, let me move this just a little bit, because Mercury's a fast mover. Yeah. 441, 40. Okay. Huh. So I'm wondering if it's another creative idea. Honestly, because if you look over here at Neptune at 3 degrees, Neptune does create it communicates basically with your midheaven, with your goals and your work and your daily routines. And you are a crafting queen. And Virgo is such huge crafting energy,
I
right?
hate that perfection shit though.
Yes. Well, yeah, maybe you'll have, I know, I completely understand how frustrating it is. I have taken things I've done, and because of the perfection shit, by the time I got done with it, it looked nothing like what it looked like at the beginning.
Yeah, and it looked better at the beginning, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like the perfection shit, it's like, okay, I can do better. I can do better. I can do better. And then by the time I get done, it doesn't look nothing like it did when I began. And I'm like, oh shit, look what I did.
Yeah.
I just couldn't leave it well enough alone. Do you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't leave well enough alone. And that's the whole Virgo drowning yourself in the details and just going too far. But this Neptune might actually help because it creates an irritation. Neptune does represent perfection as well. So it might create a little bit of an irritation with the with the creating. But again, I want to caution communication, because this Neptune will be creating confusing communications with your Mercury. That can be super irritating, because this means I can talk to you and you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm not understanding. There's just bad communication going on. We're not jiving.
Right.
Normally we can talk and we can jive, and it works. We're connecting. This would be with coworkers, neighbors, siblings, but family member comes up strong, because the nodes are at 4. Your natal Mercury is at 4, and then it's the Mercury on your south node. Yeah, you gotta. How can I make money? South node, different ways, multiple ways of making money on your south node.
Yeah.
But with family and home, because it's even at the goddamn home degree and family.
Well, I'd like to sit home and just let the bankroll roll in, but I can't do that.
Well, the thing is the freaking insurance, right? I mean, that's a big deal.
Right.
So unfortunately, most people just have to keep chugging along until they can until they can officially retire and get on Medicare.
Yeah.
So until then, yeah, that's going to be the important thing. And it's your Saturn that actually helps you to do that. Because Saturn's serious, and it says think long term in the house of insurance. Don't be silly.
I know. Unless I hit the lottery, and then
well, then that would be a whole different thing.
Well, that's what we're looking for.
Well, it might be kind of tricky with Saturn going through your 5th house, which it will be. Saturn's going to be going through your 5th, but I don't know. Chiron's going to be done with you. Okay. Yeah, you'll also have Chiron. Well, you're going to have Chiron hitting you even before me, because the Chiron for all of us is going to leave Aries and it's going to go into Taurus, and then it's going to go into you have a 0 degrees Taurus on your 6th house cusp line of daily routines and work, income and money, values, food.
Yeah, we like that stuff.
Well, yeah, we do, but Chiron usually represents a wound over these things.
Yeah.
And some sort of a past wound associated with that. So I would want to be aware of that in advance. You might start feeling that in May.
Great.
Just to be aware of that. And I'm just trying to move this up, because now what we are going to have is come June, we're going to be looking at Chiron trining the south node. Yeah, I don't know if you got to watch my reading for 2026. It was on another YouTube channel. You probably didn't see that.
Yeah, I was there, but ask me, did it stick? No.
That's okay. One of the things that I talked about really was specifically this. That was a big part of the readings for all the signs, was this. It wasn't just about Chiron going into Taurus. It was about Chiron going into Taurus, trining the south node. This is a time where, and this might happen sooner for you actually, but this, because you have so many objects that are going to be connecting, and you have house cusp lines and a midheaven involved. So this is a time when we come to like the reality of what our soul mission is, and some of our undiscovered gifts are possibly. I know you like the sound of that, especially because it's creative energy. It's touching on Taurus energy. And so there might be something there for you. Christy, you have a great voice. Like I think you have a great voice to be, because the 3 degrees is a communicator. You have it at your midheaven. It's a talker. And so for someone who's got like a great voice, well, shit, maybe you should be podcasting. Maybe you should be, while you're creating, maybe you should have a camera and a microphone on. I don't know. I don't know. If it isn't something you tried, and I don't think it should be, the more real it is, the more down to earth it is, the more your personality just oozes out all over the goddamn place, whether we want it or not. I think those people are going to have the greatest success, because people want authenticity. We are
Uh-huh.
so goddamn done with fake.
Oh
We are
yeah.
so goddamn done with, oh, they put on a, the silver tongue mother effers, right? We're done. We're done with
Right.
this shit. Absolutely. So authenticity is going to be the great commodity, especially when the whole AI shit kicks into even higher gear,
Yeah.
right?
My
So
my husband, we'll be on like my sister and my brother. We'll be on
nice.
um like a phone
That's three
call.
degrees, by the way, my sister and my brother.
Oh really? And we'll be on a
Yeah,
phone call, and I got it on speakerphone, and my husband's in the other room, and he
laughing
is
his ass off.
rolling. Yeah, he's rolling. And he
This is
says,
a
"You
good
all need
idea.
to do a podcast." I said, "Yeah, and we'll call it Litter Mates."
You know
Because
what? My
I call
housemate was just telling me tonight about a podcast, or I don't know if it's a podcast or a YouTube channel that somebody in Texas does. And what they do is they talk about politics, but it's family. It's just
uh
family. It's like mom and dad and siblings. And so the channel started off with like 4 people, and there's only 2 people left.
oh wow.
Well, they're talking about politics. But the thing is, they're just themselves having real discussions.
Uh-huh.
And so their real personalities shine through. And they really, like, the one person is, they're complete opposites when it comes to their political perspectives. They're
Uh-huh.
complete opposites, the last 2 remaining people. And what's beautiful about it, and even though I've never listened to it, but just the way she described it, is you're hearing, because it's family members. They haven't gotten to the point where they want to kill each other necessarily, even though those other 2 people are gone from the channel. But they're really just having like civil discourse. They're just they're respectfully exchanging their ideas. And so whether I'm not saying you should do it with that format or political, I'm not even suggesting that, but it's just the idea of people listening to other real people. You're not getting paid by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's authentic, it's original, it's entertaining, and you guys are a goddamn riot. Your mother's a riot? Holy shit, we thought you were right. Your mother is off the goddamn charts.
Yes, she is.
And I
Yes,
would
she is.
imagine your sister and your brother are pretty, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Right.
So
Right.
this is just one
And
idea.
and my
Option.
brother loves he'll call us. We've got this like group chat too. We
Mhm.
talk about cryptocurrency. Oh, we need to diversify. He's talking all this stuff, and I'm like, look, Ray, you're the lead dog here. I'm just following your butt. You just tell me where to put my money. And then he'll call and said, "You lost it all." I was like, dang. So yeah, it's just my husband rolls when we are all on the phone
I'm
together.
sure. It's got to be hilarious. And that's so funny. Cryptocurrency, like 3 degrees is the digital stuff, you know?
Well, I've got
So
it everywhere and lost it all, but I got some crypto, you know.
yeah. Yeah, there's so much crypto.
Yeah.
There's so many different tokens and shit. It's like, holy crap.
But we all have our own thing, and
Yeah.
they
And if you do it in a way where to me, because I've never been a gambler, I actually can't stand gambling. But to me personally, yeah, I've taken some of the money and I've put some money towards that. Absolutely, I did. I
Mhm.
did like, what is it, 2026? So I did it, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I told myself, I'm going to take X amount of dollars, put it towards here, and I'm going to let it sit, and I'm just going to wait and see. And it was money that I could afford to do that with. It
Right.
wasn't like I'm taking from my income. It
Right.
was like, "Oh, I have some extra money here." So in other words, this would be money somebody might take to go and gamble with, meaning if they lose it, they're okay. It's their play money.
Right.
And I think that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah. We're just putting like, oh, well, let's go to VDR and put $10, you know. All
Yeah,
right.
because nobody
And
knows what the hell's gonna happen, how this is gonna wash out on the other side.
right. And he's like, "This is a crypto winner and all this stuff." And I'm like, "Okay, $5 more. $5 more." And then he calls you back and he goes, "You lost it all. How do you
I'm
feel?
like,
But you got all these cryptos." It's just It's really just fun. It's just
Yeah.
fun.
Well, that's good. If you're having fun with it, then good. And like I said, people could find it to be entertaining. And what's interesting about the fun part is Saturn is about me thinking long term and being serious about that and taking, because it's in Aries, right? So taking
Mhm.
action, but it matures our Aries energy. So Saturn in your fifth house of creativity with what I'm doing, with what I'm spending my time on, how I'm creating in whatever way that is, this can kind of spur that because the fifth
Uh-huh.
house is I'm the entertainer, by the way. It's not just gambling. It's not just taking a risk. It's not just laughter and fun and joy. It is also the entertainer.
Yeah.
So Saturn can say, this might work for a long-term thing. Yes, it would take, consistent, persistent work. It's not going to be a one and done like overnight. Oh my God, I'm a sensation. But when I say that, it can be whatever the new endeavor is that you begin because it
Right.
loves starting stuff. But that's another beautiful thing about Saturn and Aries. It will make Aries finish the shit. Saturn says
Oh,
we're here for the long term. We're here till we reach the goal. Aries is not about goals.
yeah.
It's about impulse. And
Right.
shiny. Ooh, I want to do that. I want to have that. It just kind of reacts. It doesn't have the long haul
Right.
staying power that Saturn brings to it. So, in the house of fun, who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? I think this can be wonderful. So, I will say that Saturn will trine your Venus before this, though. This what I'm looking at in your chart. Just so that you can have this, just have kind of like a little bit of a timeline. Yeah, because you're going to have the node going over your midheaven, and that's going to be, yeah, that's May. You'll have the node going over the midheaven and the node at the other end going over the Pisces energy, which is also dramatic and entertaining, the stage and screen. So maybe you'll think of something, maybe you'll share some of these ideas with your brother and he'll get crazy and be like, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's give it a shot. And you just never know. You just got to try it and see.
Right.
You just got to, especially if it's something that you have a good time with when it
Yeah.
comes time to retire and to transition into, because you're never going to sit still and not do nothing.
No, I can't.
Right. That's never going to happen for you.
No.
So you're just, figuring out, okay, so what am I going to transition into? What's going to be my next thing? Well, shit, that's up to you to figure out.
Right.
But the Chiron trining the South Node. So for you, starting May and going all the way, I mean, yeah, it just might happen before then for you because you're going to have the node sitting right on your midheaven. End of May, probably a big time, end of May, because you're also going to have this Chiron trining your sun. Ooh, so before the Chiron goes into the Taurus, it'll be trining your sun. Again, more entertainment. I'm thinking about the future. It's the Leo energy. I'm shining brightly. I'm in the spotlight.
Oh.
Creative energy.
And
So
is that then what house is that in?
your sun,
Yeah.
it's in your ninth, but it's really close to your 10th house cusp line. But the ninth house is the house of publishing, by the way. Publishing, yes. YouTube,
And
we publish videos on YouTube.
yeah. And the 29 is like the critical degree.
It is, but that's you. That's who you are.
Oh.
That's your life. You've lived like
Yeah.
yeah. But this is usually 29-degree. Usually we're making a choice or a decision whenever the objects are connecting with it. And the Chiron is going to be connecting with it. 27 degrees. This is a trine. Chiron does bring a wound, but it's a trine to your uniqueness, to your individuality, to your creative self, to you standing out and shining brightly, and your colorfulness, the Chiron. So Chiron can even, again, it's going to have a lot to do with coming across and a revealing of some of your innate stuff that you haven't tapped yet.
Right.
So May, the beginning of May, is a timeline that I would pay attention to for sure. And you know what? This is like spot on because you're even going to have Venus conjunct your South Node here. See this?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's multiple things connecting. I like this for you. Hopefully, this will give you that kickstart to something that you can see yourself doing and latching onto for, the long haul and having
Yeah.
fun with it. That's what I love about this. You have Saturn in the 5th, having fun with it.
Well, I appreciate you, G.
Well,
Lots
you're
to
welcome.
think
You
about.
sent me
Lots to
this
think.
channel. Thank you so much for your generous gift. I appreciate it.
No, I love you, and I'm glad you like your quilt.
Oh, I love it.
So it's
I
an
love it.
applique quilt.
How do you say that?
It's an applique.
Applique. I don't know what
Yeah.
that means. What does that mean?
It means well, I can't explain it now, but
Oh, don't worry about that.
well, like your signs, the signs, and then what is another piece of fabric that's on another fabric.
Oh, got it. You were got it. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's
It's
why I was like, "Holy shit, how long did this take?" I was just
it's
like blown away.
yeah, it's French applique.
Oh, it's French. I got a
Yeah,
French quilt, damn it.
yeah. A French technique quilt,
No
but yeah.
wonder Taffy likes it so much.
But yeah, I the same day I mailed that out, we got hit with that huge storm.
Oh
You
my god. I know
you
you
were
were freaking out.
yeah, you were supposed to get it on a Monday, and then
Yeah.
that storm stopped everything. And
Everything.
I
Yep.
and I had sent another quilt to Florida. So the one that went to Florida actually went to Oregon and back down to Florida.
Holy shit.
And yours got to you on time. Well, later. But yeah, it was that
Well, I
we
didn't
were
know
on
it was
pins and
coming,
needles.
so it was
No,
on
no,
time
you
for me.
didn't.
It was
No.
on time for me. I was shocked. I was so shocked. I was like, "No, she didn't. No way. Holy shit." And I looked at it, I'm like, "Oh my god." I
Yeah,
about started crying. I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe she did this. This was too sweet. I mean, I had no idea. It was such a
no.
surprise."
Now I will tell you this. I was talking to Donna Marie
Uh-huh.
when I was working on yours, and I was like, I gotta show you something I'm doing for G, but you can't tell her. So
Oh, she
I
knows how to
did,
keep a secret. She didn't tell me.
yeah.
She did
And
not tell me.
so she's like, uh, I was like, I just hope she likes it.
Oh,
And
hell yeah. Yeah, it was
and
so thoughtful.
so because I
Thank
wasn't gonna
you.
send it if I thought you didn't like it. And Donna Marie said, yeah, she'll love it. So
Oh, yeah, and it
I
was a
was like,
gift. Do you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And, yeah, I mean, it was just it's awesome. It's
But
awesome. It's astrology. What the hell is there not to like? I like the color scheme. Yes, it's awesome.
well, if you didn't like it, I was going to tell you throw it over the hill. That's what I tell most people. If
Oh,
you don't
no.
like it, throw
Yeah,
it over the
no,
hill.
it's a blanket. I no. Even if it was a design that I didn't like, which I do, I would keep it anyway. It's a blanket. It can be used.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I would never yeah, no. It was a gift. It's my gift, damn it. I ain't giving that away. Nobody gets that. Well, other
No.
than Taffy, who insists
Yeah,
on yeah, she was so happy.
but I learned a lot making
Now she
it.
never leaves my room.
I'll
I'm like, "Oh
have
my
to make her a little quilt.
yeah, right? One where she can perch right here especially when
Yeah,
it's cold.
yeah.
When it's
All
cold,
right,
the classics cold.
you're
Yeah,
over
we
time.
are done. It is after 10 o'clock. Yeah, we're all
Thank
set.
you.
It was great having you back. Great having you on.
All right, see you
And thank
soon.
you again so much for that beautiful gift.
No
Greatly
problem.
appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
You have a good night. Bye-bye. All right, we are we are wrapping this well, we're not wrapping this up. We're done. It's after 10. We stop at 10 p.m. So for anybody who's here, if you didn't get your chart looked at, send me an email with whatever information you got. If you already sent the email, great. Let me know that you'll be coming back. Next Saturday, just to give you a real quick lowdown, is the private live stream. It's the same thing we do here. It's private live streams is the last Saturday of every month. It's a private way to talk about private stuff and your charts, just like the live stream, but it's private and it is limited seating available. So you email me if you want in on that. That would be for the following month because this Saturday is already full. And then we have the astrology class, second Saturday of every month. Okay. If you want in on that, send me an email. You can be a beginner. It's okay. Don't worry. I make sure that we go at a pace that everybody understands. And yeah, it's a small group, so it works out perfectly. All right. Other than that, the other Saturdays, we're right here live doing the live streams. For people who want their charts looked at real quick, it's free. All right. For people who want me to spend some time on their chart, who want to come on and talk, you send a gift to the channel and I gift you back with the time that I spend on your chart. And that's how it works, folks. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Send it to me in an email. Let me know. All right. I will see you guys. We are all done. We are wrapping it up. And have a good week. Be prepared for the changes. Keep your seatbelts locked on. And yeah, let's enjoy the ride. Stay safe out there, everybody. Bye-bye.